I know every elder no see live till them all is a blessing. Some of them are curse them curse. You know much of them well one dead and can't dead because you have to confess to what they do to people. But I couldn't feel so when they end up on the last and upon them sick bed, family members said no visiting because them a confess, and if that go to the public, the family go shame. If you don't believe me, ask God.
Pastor Weiss was sentenced to 15 years for rape. The Kingston pastor and principal, who was in April convicted of raping his receptionist and teacher on the job in 2014, wept after being handed a 15-year and 1-month sentence by Supreme Court Justice Judge Anne-Marie Larings Grainer on Friday. The pastor, whose name is being withheld by the news team to protect the identity of the victim and the school, is to serve 12 years before being eligible for parole. He had been convicted in early April following an 8-day trial which began on March 22nd before the judge and jury. In the allegations outlined by the prosecution, the complainant, who was 24 years of age at the time of the incident, met the pastor and principal, who headed a small business educational institution in the corporate area, while on a job hunt. According to the woman, she went to his school to make inquiries on the day in 2013 and was made an offer by him the same day to come in on board as a receptionist and teacher. She told the court that on the day in January 2014 when she was at work, her employer, who was a married man and who had made several advances to her, dragged her into the kitchen at the premises and had sexual intercourse with her without her permission and without using a condom. Brother killed over bucket, 15-year-old arrested after 19-year-old brother fatally stabbed. Residents in Washington Mills, a small community close to Westmead Willows in Port St. were on Saturday night joyed by the shocking news that a 15-year-old had allegedly stabbed his 19-year-old brother, which resulted in his death. The dead teen has been identified as Narland McDonald. Taxpayers to foot a multi-million-dollar domestic dispute bill. A long-standing quarrel between two men from the rural agriculture and fishing district of Alligator Pond in Manchester has left taxpayers with a multi-million-dollar bill racked up at the Mandeville Regional Hospital and the University Hospital of the West Indies in the space of days. According to the representative of the hospital, in 3 weeks, both institutions have spent more than $10 million and counting to save the life of Lamar Nephew, who was shot in the head with a 5-foot metal arrow from a makeshift bow, a foot of which lodged in his skull. The 5-hour procedure between both hospitals to remove the arrow from his skull and save his life is considered by the doctor a case for the age. Nephews remain a patient at UA. According to reports, Nephew and a man from the community, known mostly as Black Seafood, have been involved in a long-standing dispute. Almost 3 weeks ago, both men had a verbal altercation which resulted in one of the men being injured with a knife. On Sunday, April 30, Nephew was shot in the head with an arrow from the makeshift bow, a contraption that was reportedly created to be a spear fishing. 2 killed in Clarendon days after state of emergency announced. A 44-year-old man was shot dead by unknown assailants while at his home in Clarendon on Saturday. The incident brings the number of people killed in the parish over the last 3 days in spite of a 14-day state of emergency imposed in the parish last Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as Carlan Campbell of Ealing District, Clarendon. Squash arrested in Florida. Dancehall DJ Squash, whose given name is Andrew Whitaker, has reportedly been arrested in Florida on immigration-related charges. The news team understands that he has been held at the Chrome Detention Center in Miami. It is understood that the artist was taken into custody recently for overstaying on his work visa. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis recently signed a Senate bill to clamp down on illegal immigrations.